Are you looking for the best fire pits? In this video we will look at some of the 5 best fire pits on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description, so make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Outland Living 24-inch Mega Fire Pit. The Outland Living Firebowl 883 Mega is a great pick, striking the right balance of performance, budget, size, and looks, which is why it's our top pick for the best fire pit. We love how incredibly easy this fire pit is to set up and use. It arrives pretty much assembled. All you need to do is add the lava rocks and hook it up to a propane tank, which took us around 5 minutes. Once assembled, it took us less than 2 minutes to start the fire, which is easily controllable with a knob that adjusts the height and intensity of the flame. This was particularly appreciated while roasting marshmallows, as we could turn down the flame to ensure we didn't end up with a burnt mess. Although we'd like it if the flame could go a little higher for those really chilly nights, the fire pit gives off plenty of heat. We could still feel the warmth on our faces sitting 3.5 feet away. We were incredibly impressed during our tests that this model seems to be truly smokeless. We found this especially helpful when there was a breeze, and no one needed to reposition their chair to avoid plumes of smoke. There really is no excuse not to sit out by the fire. As this is a propane model, there was no ash produced, and the only residue we found in the fire pit was from adding the lava rocks. This fire pit also appears incredibly durable. After testing, the only we found were just a couple of small scratches in the bottom from initially adding the lava rocks, and some of the rocks were discolored from the heat. One small improvement we'd like is a longer propane connector so the attached gas tank could stay completely out of sight while using the fire pit, but it's not at all a deal breaker. Weighing 34 pounds, this isn't the lightest fire pit on our list, but 2 people could move it easily. The only accessories available are the Mega Carry Bag for easier transportation and a natural gas conversion kit. Overall, we're impressed with the Outland Living Firebowl 883 Mega Fire Pit. It's easy to set up and use, gives out an impressive amount of heat to warm up to 8 people, and has a flame you can control. Plus, it's completely smokeless, which is a huge bonus. Number 2. Brio X Series 24 Smokeless Fire Pit. Through our testing, we determined that the Brio X Series wood burning campfire is the best choice for people that host guests in their backyard all summer long. If that's you, it's well worth the price. Made in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, this smokeless option uses double-walled construction to trap hot air in the gap between the walls and pressurized oxygen to essentially reburn it, creating a hotter and stronger fire. The double wall and the reburn that comes from it produce added oxygen, which allows the pit to burn its own smoke before it reaches you. While the brand doesn't claim to be 100% smokeless, it does give extensive tips on how to burn a fire with considerably less smoke than the average fire pit, like using shredded newspaper, cardboard, or resin-soaked pine at its base. A special aspect of the Brio is the use of corten steel, which starts as a steel finish and, with use, forms a patina. The patina is a corrosion-resistant coating that prevents rusting and turns the fire pit a beautiful bronze color. To clean the Brio and ensure consistently low smoke fires, you'll need to clear the ashes every 4 to 5 burns. We found setup to be incredibly easy without requiring any tools. The 62-pound pit can be left outside, so it requires very little upkeep. Another nice bonus, this can work as a grill if you choose to buy the campfire grate. Keep in mind that the fire pit's accessories, like a cover or spark screen, do require additional purchases. Number 3. Solo Stove Yukon 2.0. This solo stove model is over 6 inches wider and 6 inches taller in diameter than our best overall pick, making it great for longer burn times and larger gatherings. We especially like the construction of this piece. Setup is quick and easy, and it features a ring on the bottom to protect the grass from the extreme heat below and a ring on the top to encourage ventilation. It has all of the features that Solo Stove has become so well known for. The 2-walled construction traps air between the walls to burn up smoke before it reaches your hair and clothes. Its durable stainless steel will handle the elements and the intense heat while remaining relatively light for the size of the model, and it can easily be cleaned with the removable ash pan. We could fit 6 large logs in the pit, but they did burn fairly quickly. We were impressed with how evenly the fire burned as well. Still, the biggest draw of the solo stove is that, when properly cleaned and maintained, it's a relatively smokeless and smell-free fire pit. Number 4. Solo Stove Mesa Tabletop Smokeless Fire Pit. The best option for someone who doesn't have a backyard is definitely this Solo Stove Mesa option we tested, as it's perfect for a small balcony or patio, given that it only stands 6 inches tall and takes up hardly any space. If you want a little ambience but don't have a large area outside to sit in, it's a great, affordable option that also comes in a bunch of interesting colors like deep olive, mulberry, and bone. While we don't recommend relying on this fire pit alone for significant warmth due to the size, we were still impressed with the heat it created. You can use small pieces of firewood to make this work, but might be better off using wood pellets or Solo Stove's own mini oak pieces since they won't have to be cut down to size. It comes with a stand and a carry bag, and because the fire pit only weighs a little over a pound, it's definitely an easy option to take anywhere and store in a closet. Best of all, the Solo Stove Mesa has all of the specs the larger sizes have, including the stainless steel, double-walled construction, and smokeless design. You can even roast marshmallows with the flame, allowing you to have the experience of a real fire pit even if you live in an area with limited outdoor space. Number 5. Outland Living Firecube. If you're camping, backpacking, or RVing this summer, this Outland Living Firecube is one of the best options to add to your gear list. At a little over 22 pounds and 14 inches in diameter, it's both easy to store and to pack. It's CSA approved, which means it has passed a series of safety metrics, and uses a 20-pound propane tank cylinder, not included, but available at most hardware stores, rather than wood, which allows it to be used in places that have bans on campfires, although it's best to check with your campsite before you go. The kit comes with a pre-attached 10-foot hose, an adjustable regulator with a knob to control flame size, a cover/carry kit, and over 4 pounds of lava rocks to create a more realistic and flickering fire. It delivers a clean, smokeless burn and works quietly and in inclement weather. While it's not meant to cook on, besides s'mores or weenies on a stick, of course, there's a reason we chose one that doesn't have a grill grate. If you're camping and are counting on fire as a means to cook your food, propane fire pits generally aren't made to make elaborate meals for a number of people. They're great for camping because they produce a more controlled burn, but you're much better off getting a charcoal grill or a camp stove, in addition to a fire pit, if you want to cook food. Instead, use this Firecube to provide warmth and a source of flame for nights under the stars. However, if you're camping in a place that doesn't have a campfire ban, and you'd rather grill on the pit, check out the option below.